Please welcome General Motors Chief Economic Development and Real Estate Officer, Dave Masseron.
Hello, everyone. As the voice just said, I'm Dave Masseron, GM's Chief Economic Development and Real Estate Officer. I've only been with GM a short time, and they, Paul, Craig, Gerald, I'm looking at you, promised me it would be an easy start. Which brings us to the message today. In all seriousness, I'm thrilled to welcome you as we embark on a very exciting future for General Motors and Bedrock. I would like to acknowledge and thank many of our Michigan and Detroit leaders who are here with us today. Thank you for being here and for your continued support of GM, Bedrock, and of our ongoing work in the city and beyond. From the city of Detroit, who you'll hear from momentarily, Mayor Mike Duggan, as well as Detroit City Council President Mary Sheffield. Thank you two both for being here and working so well together. Member Scott Benson, I believe I saw here as well. Letitia Johnson, Fred Durhall, Mary Waters, Coleman Young, I see from here, as well as Gabrielle Ramon Santiago. I appreciate all of you being here and for your continued support of General Motors. From the county, we're thrilled that Wayne County Executive Warren Evans, who you'll hear from momentarily, as well as Chair Alicia Bell. From the Michigan State Legislature, we have Speaker Joe Tate. Joe, thank you for being here, as well as your Chief of Staff, Shaquila Myers, and Representative Ayash, who represents the district in which this building sits. We'd also like to give a special thanks to Matt Cullen, Chairman of Jack Entertainment and Chair of the Riverfront Conservancy, who is instrumental in all of this and serves as an example as how one person can change a city and help transform a city and region through their efforts and time. Thank you, Matt, for being here and for all you did for me and for General Motors and Bedrock. And finally, we couldn't be more honored to have with us today representing the descendants of J.L. Hudson, Joe Park. Joe, thank you for being here and joining us. The legacy of your family and this very address is central to the story of Detroit. And we're so thankful for your and your family's ongoing contributions and good works on behalf of our city. General Motors is proud that our history and heritage is woven into the fabric of the city. And we're so proud to be part of this city and its transformation. Just down the street at Factory Zero are 3 examples of the legacy built right here in Detroit. As you walked in, you hopefully saw the GMC Hummer EV, the Chevrolet Silverado EV, and the Cadillac Escalade IQ. These are 3 of the best vehicles you can buy, and they're made at one of the world's most advanced manufacturing facilities right here in Detroit, and we could not be prouder. Thank you. And now I'd like you to turn your attention to the video screen. It's fitting in National Poetry Month that the voice you're about to hear is Michigan's first poet laureate in more than 60 years, Nande Comer. She was kind enough to pen some words in honor of this very special occasion.
Deep in the spirit of our city is a song. We spin a calligraphy of joy at every city corner. What city knows how to churn out hits like Detroit? Detroit gave the world a revolution, and then another, and then another. Every blackboard, every design, every slick shine of our bright streets is our city rocking through the highs and lows of history. From its inception, this city has led the trends, cars, style, and music. Every tune, every melody, Detroit is in the backdrop of American culture. We are mamas and babas and visionaries and inventors. We are river dwellers and downtown strutters. From brick and glass and steel, we turn magic out of our fingers. We stride forward, creating a dazzling future for future generations. We are more resilient than 1,000 nations. When we say Detroit, we mean us. We mean strength. We mean home.
Please welcome General Motors Chair and CEO, Mary Barra.
Thank you, thank you. Well, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Today is an incredibly exciting day for General Motors and the city of Detroit. Today, we are announcing that in 2025, GM will be relocating its world headquarters to the beautiful new building we are in right now. This is a very historic site for Detroit and one that's very personal to me. And it's important to all of us at GM that we continue to call Detroit our home for a long time to come. I'd like to thank Mayor Duggan for his support throughout this process and the many conversations we've had. I'd also like to thank Wayne County Executive Warren Evans. I'd also like to thank our new partners, but not our people we've worked with for a long time, but in this endeavor, our new partners with Dan Gilbert and Bedrock for building this new city landmark. They have truly, and Dan's vision has made this all possible. I'd also like to express my personal appreciation to Matt Cullen, a former GM alum, a former Bedrock alum, for all that he did, and Dave talked about it, but so much to help bring this together and make today a reality. So thank you, Matt. We will partner with Bedrock and the City of Detroit and Wayne County to plot a new path forward for our current home, the General Motors Renaissance Center, over the course of the next year or so. We'll explore new ideas for the complex, including the possibilities for commercial or residential or mixed use. And we're grateful for the collaboration with a visionary like Dan, who has had such an impact on the resurgence of downtown Detroit in recent years. And for GM, Hudson's Detroit is a perfect fit. We'll be the signature tenant of this state-of-the-art building. We'll have space to display our vehicles and host events with all the modern amenities you'll imagine from a developer like Bedrock. It will be our corporate headquarters, our nerve center, and a collaborative space for our employees. And it's located in the heart of downtown on an important historic site that Detroiters hold dear. Many of us can remember coming downtown to shop at Hudson's when we were young. I remember as a child coming here to look at how the windows were decorated for the holidays, going to see Santa, and shopping at the children's only shop. Mark Royce and I have shared those memories many a time. So this is truly a special, special place. And thank you to the Hudson's family for making this such an important part of this city. We hope to do you proud as we're able to be the tenant at this incredible building. You know, GM has had a very long history in Detroit, our home for more than a century. And this is our fourth headquarters here, starting with the very first one on Woodward between Fort and Congress. Our return to Woodward Avenue clearly shows our commitment to our hometown. When times were tough in the mid-90s, we moved into the Renson, and since then, we've put more than $1 billion into it and the riverfront. We've invested $2.2 billion into Factory Zero, our Detroit Hamtramck assembly plant, to retool it to build electric vehicles and keep good manufacturing jobs in this city. And we've also invested in the people of Detroit. In the past decade alone, more than $115 million of funding to Detroit area nonprofits for education, workforce development, and neighborhood revitalization have been key. This includes our support of the Grand Bargain back in 2014 to help keep the DIA historic collection in Detroit. As I said, together with Bedrock, the city and the county, we will work to reimagine the Renaissance Center for its next chapter. Bedrock has an unmatched track record of revitalizing buildings and reinvigorating their surroundings. And I'm confident that together we can create a bright future for that site. And we are excited to enter this new chapter at Hudson's Detroit with our new partners and to see what the future holds. So thank you very much for being part of this incredibly special day for General Motors. I can't tell you how excited I am personally and the whole GM team. So thank you.
This is the great voice of the Great Lakes, WJR Detroit.
Busy shopper
those a million footprints on the marble steps. J.L. Hudson was withdrawn.
Please welcome Bedrock founder and chairman, Dan Gilbert.
Thank you. Well, first, before I get started, I don't know if you all saw those beautiful GM cars outside, but I can't decide between the Hummer and the Escalade. And my son's here. You get neither one of them, so. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Hudson's Detroit. It's a great day in the Motor City. Hudson's Detroit will serve as a symbolic era of optimism and progress that I'm confident will last for decades to come. And as you know by now, the worst kept secret, Hudson's will soon be the global headquarters of one of America's most beloved brands and Detroit's very own General Motors. From the beginning, we understood the significance of Hudson's to our city, which is why we designed it to be more than just a building. We built these buildings to be a destination, celebrating Detroit's journey over the past century and strengthening that momentum for generations to come. Most importantly, we wanted to be a place that would attract the best companies and the best talent from all over the world. Who knew we would attract the one from around the corner here? Today, I could not be more pleased to welcome General Motors to Hudson's Detroit. GM represents more than just a new office anchor. It solidifies the company's commitment to the city they have called home for more than 100 years. And Hudson's is perfect for GM. It was designed and built to house a global headquarters. The building will have it all. State-of-the-art exhibition and meeting spaces, luxury hotel, living amenities, exciting restaurants and bars, and destination shopping. And of course, Hudson's Detroit is located right here in the heart of downtown, sitting along iconic Woodward Avenue, America's first paved road. More than anything, our passion at Bedrock is to transform spaces and create an environment that will help the city of Detroit continue to thrive. We are seeing that happen here at Hudson's. We are also seeing new retail and restaurants spring up all over downtown. And historic buildings are being renovated all over, like the beautifully restored Book Tower just a few blocks from here. This is a special milestone. It is proof that when Detroit comes together, we can get great things done. I'm extremely grateful for everyone who made today possible. For Mayor Duggan and the city, the mayor was the glue that kept this whole thing together. For the thousands of workers who put their time, talent, and passion into building this historic structure. The space I'm in now, I get to see the construction every single day, and it's amazing watching these folks being up 300, 400, 500, 600 feet working. I mean, these guys and women did a fantastic job, and we should be proud of all of them. To Governor Whitmer and the state for their ongoing commitment to Detroit, for Kofi Bonner and the team at Bedrock for constructing this monumental project, and of course for Mary Barra and her team at GM for extending their 100-plus year commitment to Detroit. Welcome to Hudson's, GM. I also want to acknowledge County Executive Warren Evans, our elected officials, and the support of the people of Detroit and everyone else who made today possible. Thank you for all coming out to celebrate this historic day with us.
Thanks, Mary and Dan, for those wonderful remarks. It's now my great honor to bring to the stage the mayor of Detroit, who has been such a tremendous leader for our city and such an important part of us putting together this incredible announcement today. My good friend, Mayor Mike Duggan. And up, Mike.
Well, this is a special day for a lot of reasons. The last time I was on this site was January 1983. I came over here the last week Hudson's was open to buy a Christmas ornament before they closed, because I grew up coming here, and it was a day of sadness. And we're here today in a day of great joy. General Motors has been headquartered here for more than 100 years, and GM in Detroit have risen and fallen in that century together. And I'm really pleased today to say that now, with this announcement, GM and Detroit are rising together again. Thank you, Mary Barra, Mike Royce, and the GM team. It's good for the city, and it's good for every GM worker who gets to work out of this beautiful building. I don't know if anybody really appreciates how much Dan Gilbert matters. I sat with him about 6 years ago, and we go through different projects, and he says, I got something I want to show you. He takes out a folder, and he says, I'm going to go pitch Mary Barra on the fact they should move the GM headquarters from the Renaissance Center to the Hudson's building when we build it. And I said, Dan, they haven't been in the Renaissance Center that long. Are they even looking for a new headquarters? He says, no, they don't realize they need one yet. He says, but I'm going to pitch them. This is a true visionary, because it's obvious now this was a great solution for GM, a great solution for Bedrock, and a great solution for a city. And only one person could have pulled it off. And I just want to say congratulations today to Dan Gilbert on seeing this come true. And GM's commitment to Detroit runs so deep. I see Mark Royce here in the front row. But when the Detroit Hamtramck plant was on its last legs building the internal combustion engines, they could have closed that facility. Instead, they made a huge reinvestment, building the electric vehicles of the future. And do you realize today there are more than 4,000 employees working at Factory Zero building the electric cars, twice as many as they had building the old ICE cars. GM has just been a terrific partner. And I know that with GM and Bedrock and the county and the city working together, we are going to find the right solution for the long-term use of the Renaissance Center. Nobody knows more about reusing buildings than Dan Gilbert. He's done one after another, and what he just finished in the book building was incredible. I'm not sure what the right combination of uses is, but we have the right leaders. And I never want to go into a project that big and that complicated without the partnership of our great county leader, Warren Evans. And I think the four of us together, it's going to take some time. We're going to get the right result, but we are going to make sure that as GM comes here for celebration, we also have cause for celebration at the Renaissance Center. Thank you for everybody today who made this possible.
Thanks, Mike. I really appreciate those remarks. And now I get an opportunity to talk about the other partner that's going to make the future so much brighter. And, you know, being this being our hometown, it's been incredible to watch as he has executed such a fantastic turnaround in the county. And it makes us so much more confident as we make this announcement about a long-term home. County Executive Warren Evans, if you'd come up and say a few words, it'd be great.
Talk about a great day and a great afternoon. It's always amazing when you get to work with good partners, and Dan Gilbert and Mary Barra and Mike Duggan are good partners. They have historically been good partners. I've done deals with them in the past. And the one thing that hasn't been said that I just want to say is, you know, we talk about regionalism all the time, and this move is good for Wayne County. It's good for Detroit, obviously, but it's good for Wayne County. We have 43 communities in Wayne County, cities and townships. All of them will benefit from General Motors staying in the city of Detroit. Because the options, I mean, let's not think about the options because we're home free now, right? But it wasn't going to be anywhere else in Wayne County. If it wasn't in Detroit, it was going to be somewhere else. And that's where the importance of the region is so important, and the collaboration of working together. It is a team game, and I've been amazed at the strength of the team over the last 10 years, and glad to see it grow. And so I am so excited for GM staying here. Yes, I too. I remember the elevator operators in Hudson's. Tells you how old I am, right? A wonderful landmark, Hudson's, Detroit, General Motors. You don't get much better than this. And again, I'd like to laud all of the team members here who make this happen, because it really can go many different ways. And I've been around long enough to see when that chemistry was not here. We have a great chemistry. We have a great team. And thank you so much, Mary, and thank you so much, Dan, for the work that you've done to make this happen. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Warren, for those words. That concludes our formal remarks. For those of you who want to file stories, there's a room to the left for you to do that. And please, on your way out, check out those vehicles. They're worth taking a look at, and you should buy them on your way home. Thank you all.